Little pregnancy update. I just started my third trimester. There's been a lot of questions, especially on my Instagram. We figured we would just sit down and do a little update.
Well, how do you deal with the fears of your body permanently changing? Are you still into sex? Ha ha ha.
How much weight have you gained? Okay, what really happens to vaginas after giving birth? I need to know. I'll let you answer this one. Do you think this will be your last pregnancy?
Welcome back, everyone. We've had quite a crazy morning, but we're taking some time out of our day.
It's been exhausting already, to say the least.
It's like noon. I feel like
There's so many people here. Like, our house is under construction because we're
crazy.
converting the garage to the twins' nursery, and it's just complete chaos. Alessi's not in a good mood because she woke up all night long with us last night.
2 and 4 a.m.
We won't go into details because we're very frustrated with a couple of things.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We haven't done one of these in a while, so we want to sit down with you. And first of all, our life is always chaos. We like it that way.
We kind of do.
We always bite
We're
off
a little bit crazy.
way more than we can chew, but that's just the way we do things. So I don't know. So
yeah,
Lauren thought it'd be really cool to do a little catch up because she's
little pregnancy update. I just started my third trimester, and there's been a lot of questions, especially on my Instagram and then also in our comments on our other videos. So we figured we would just sit down and do a little update.
And actually, for May, we're giving away an iPhone.
Yeah, actually, we have an iPhone 12 Pro. Is that the bigger one?
It's the bigger one, and it has like 512 gig, I believe. It's the one that you bought me for Christmas, and we returned one, or we gave away one, and we forgot to return the other.
Yeah, now they won't let me take it back, so we're gonna give it to one of you guys.
Yeah, so we thought it'd be cool because we have a lot of new subscribers here. So if you guys would care so much as to subscribe, that'd be awesome, and then you will be automatically entered. So we're gonna just pick one winner, which is gonna be hard to do.
Yeah, just subscribe and then drop a thumbs up emoji in the comments below, and I'll know that you entered.
All right, well, let's kick it off.
All right, so
I'm more in a support role here. All the pregnancy related questions are obviously going to Lauren.
but there's some questions for you in here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the first one actually is for you.
Oh, okay.
So the first one is, how is this pregnancy different for Arie?
You guys are so thoughtful. It's different in the way that we have a toddler. I think when you were pregnant with Alessi, I had more time to dote on you a little bit, pamper you a little bit, you know?
You definitely did, yeah.
And now I feel like...
I spent way more time baking pies and giving massages.
That's true, and I feel like this time my contribution is more like, let me take Alessi and like, so that you can rest a little bit here and there. And I think that is the only difference, really.
Yeah, he lets me take naps now.
Yeah.
Alone.
I mean, that's like a big thing. When you have an almost 2-year-old like running around like
it's
crazy.
Hard. Yeah, it's kind of exhausting. You never really get to slow down because when we're not working or doing something, we're chasing Alessi around and sometimes doing both at the same time. Yeah.
So that's the biggest difference for me, at least. It's just gone a lot quicker too. I feel like the last one, we were like just counting every week, and it was just like we're a little bit more involved. And I think we're less involved now because we're really busy with Alessi, and we bought a house, and we're renovating our current home. We're doing like probably 10 times the amount of things in the same amount of space. And so now time is just flying.
Yeah, I mean, last time we were planning a wedding and traveling the world, so we were kind of doing a lot then.
That's true. Those are more like, I don't know, less. I don't even know. It's just different.
Less stressful, probably.
A little less stressful,
Yeah.
At the time, our wedding felt pretty stressful, but
yeah, it was fun though.
It's different, but it's good.
Yeah. So moving on to the next question. Would you guys want to have more kids after the twins? This is something that we go back and forth with all the time. I like to joke with Arie and be like, hey, this pregnancy hasn't been that bad. Maybe we'll do it again soon.
I think,
just to kind of see what he says.
Yeah, I think it's like whatever day you catch us on. Some days we're like, of course we're gonna have another one. Why wouldn't we have 4? And then some days we're like, this could be the hardest thing we ever do in our entire lives.
Yeah.
It might be the end of having more kids.
I think it really depends a lot on like what kind of day Alessi is having too. Because like when she's a little monster, some days we're like, okay, yeah, 3 is probably gonna be the cap. But if she's being an
like
angel,
the sweetest,
which
cutest
she
thing.
mostly is, we're like, okay, I think we could do this again.
Let's have 100 of these.
Yeah, and I think like my pregnancy and the way that I've handled it this time makes it a lot easier for me, at least to this point, to be like, okay, I could do this again. Because I was really afraid that I was gonna be as uncomfortable this time around or more than I was with my first pregnancy, and it just hasn't really been that way yet.
Cross your fingers.
Still have about a month, maybe a little more than a month to go, so.
Yeah.
I could get really
hopefully
bad.
2 months.
Yeah.
They need to
Probably
stay
like a
there as
month and a
long as
half.
possible so that we can finish the
Wait, well,
renovation.
what week are we even on?
What day is it? Who am I?
It's less than 2 months.
Yeah, June 14th is like the day that we're going to go in.
Yeah. Next one. Do twins run in your family?
I have twin brothers.
And I have distant twin cousins apparently, and they're fraternal, I think. Pretty sure. And I didn't find that out until after we found out we were pregnant with twins.
Yeah, her mom was like, no, we don't have twins in our family. That's so weird.
So random that you would get twins. And then I talked to my grandpa and he's like, oh yeah, my sister has twin boys or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, you had twin cousins growing up and you didn't remember.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, it comes from the female side. So the fact that I have twin brothers really didn't calculate in this at all.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Everyone assumes because Arie has twin brothers that's why we had twins, but actually that's not why. It came from my side.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And all natural. We get asked that a lot too, and we cover that in the last Q&A. So no IVF or anything. It was just a complete shocker.
Yeah. Yeah, no Clomid or like any kind of medications. Crazy. Okay, anyways, next one. Do you think this will be your last pregnancy? I just had my third and it's probably the last. We kind of just answered this.
Yeah, I think we have a friend that just got a vasectomy.
And we've been talking about this.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. I think that it's kind of cool that they had their fourth and they soaked it in because they knew it was their last.
Yeah.
And since we don't know if this is our last, we might get that feeling like maybe we should
soak it in.
We didn't get to soak it in because we didn't know if it was the end of the babies, like having babies and that whole experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We don't know.
I gotta say, for me, I have been trying to soak it in just in case.
Just in case? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start.
Maybe you should. Maybe that's why you guys have seen so many like bikini videos of me and things like that. Me just like showing everything.
Yeah, but you
just
should be proud of that body.
Yeah, but I am very proud. But I also am just like, this is amazing. It's incredible. Like, I may never get to do this again. So.
But if you think about it, if we have two and it's super hard, then when we have one after that, it'll be like way easier.
Hopefully. Hopefully we'll have 3 built-in helpers if we ever decide to have another one.
That's true. That's true.
Which could be the case. How do you feel emotionally compared to your first pregnancy?
Yeah, how do you feel?
Why did you catch that I like almost just started crying? Emotionally, this time compared to my last one, I was in a very different place in my last pregnancy. I was very excited about my our future and getting married and buying our first house. And
Where were you going with this?
Just let me finish. Okay. Let me finish. Okay, so like we said in the beginning, very low stress situation in the beginning when we didn't have kids yet. We were just like, oh, this is like such a magical time and everything is great, no stresses. It was very positive and like I didn't feel like I was ever really on an emotional roller coaster during that pregnancy.
You were very even keel.
Yeah, I was just like, whatever. This one, I have to say, I've had some dark moments, like real dark.
Real dark.
Gone really dark. But
also some really beautiful.
But also
good
like
too.
Overall, I think the beginning of the pregnancy was really difficult. I was so stressed the whole time because we had a miscarriage earlier last year and I was constantly worried about losing these babies. But once we got out of the first trimester, I felt a lot better.
I think ignorance was bliss with Alessi because there was not even an idea in your mind that we could lose her.
Yeah.
And so we just floated around through that first pregnancy on this high. And then, so I think for the first half of this pregnancy, we were always just like cautiously optimistic.
Yeah,
that everything was good. And like, we're just kind of
like tell people too soon, just in case.
Just
like
a
kind of
weird balance of like being happy, but also being scared.
Yeah. Overall, I feel still like I've done pretty okay. Like emotionally, I feel like pretty chill.
There was like a couple weeks there of just
it was mostly
I was like,
it was when you left me to go to Hawaii with
That's true.
6 dogs and Alessi to take care of.
Okay, so
that was when it got real dark.
Okay, so you all might have seen that on Instagram if you follow me that I left for Hawaii and I really kept it vague because we were actually checking out that house in Hawaii to close on that house.
Yeah, Dallin and Arie went.
It looked like I was just on a vacation from her for 3 days and I mean that was hard for you.
Yeah, it was really tough. I had major FOMO. I wanted to be there. I had to carry 6 puppies around and take care of a 1-year-old by myself.
Yeah.
I'm still salty about it. But anyways,
Next question.
After I got through that whole period and all of that, everything's been great. Like I feel super confident and I'm happy. I do cry at like random little things like most pregnant ladies do. Pretty
happy
often.
things and sad things.
Yeah. Just like
More happy things than sad things, really.
But overall, I don't feel like I'm losing it, which would be
good.
expected, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm good.
Did a lot of Googling on hormones and twin pregnancy, and your hormones are elevated because you're having twins.
Yep.
Normal.
I gotta say, I do get kind of hostile sometimes. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Someone does something, I'm like ready to snap right away.
I mean, shout out to
like,
our
oh,
contractor.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. We're also going through a lot. You know, there's way more on our plate this time.
Yeah.
We've done that to ourselves, though. We have no one to blame but ourselves.
Yeah, for real. Okay, what is different about the way you guys are preparing for the twins versus Alessi?
Oh my gosh. Well, we haven't prepared.
Yeah,
I feel
we're
like
not.
we have hit this moment about 2 days ago where you were like, we need to get our stuff together. We need to get our bag packed just in case.
Yeah.
Because she had some contractions the other day, which kind of scared us.
Yeah, well, I posted my 28-week bump date on our Instagram, and everyone in the comments is like, oh my gosh, I had my twins at this time in my pregnancy, and get your hospital bag ready because they could come any day now. And I'm like, holy crap, maybe
Yeah.
I do need to do that.
And then I'm on the like warpath to speed the renovation along for the twins' room, which is something that is coming along but could be quicker, obviously. And I don't know, just little things like that. We're not prepared.
I ordered a couple outfits for the twins to come home from the hospital in yesterday. I ordered like little car seat covers so that no one can like try and touch them.
Yeah, and Lauren was actually thinking about putting a whole video for you guys together about what
Yeah.
to get together, what to organize and
Yeah,
piece
like what to
together.
take to the hospital,
Yeah.
what's actually necessary, and then also like what do you really need like when you first come home from the hospital? What should you have ready before you go?
Yeah, it was cool. She did this for a friend of hers that gave birth, and she put together like a basket.
Yeah, it was.
And it's not the most
crazy.
glamorous basket. There's like diapers in there and stuff. I don't know. I'm a guy, so.
Like Tux pads.
Don't know
For
what
those
that
of
is.
you who have had babies, you know what that is.
But basically, they are like things
Like ice packs for your chachi.
Okay.
Little
basically,
squirt bottle for your bum.
basically the things that like you wouldn't get too stoked about if you were just like.
Also things you would never think about.
But
if you've never had a
then
baby.
once you have a baby, you're like, well, this basket was like legit.
Yeah, it's like you need that stuff. So
So.
I'll work on that. Any updates on the nursery? How is progress going?
Okay, so the nursery is something that we're going to document the whole rebuild of that. It's basically a garage. We have 2 garages at our house, and so we've converted one to the nursery. It's in framing right now. The HVAC is going in, so the air conditioning is going in today. Electrical plumbing this week, and then they're cutting for the windows. So we are probably, I would say, best guess, 2 months away from completion,
Yeah,
which is like
scary.
right on the nose.
It's like giving me anxiety just hearing you say that.
You know, I will say the babies probably won't be in their own rooms anyway for the first couple weeks, month. Is it inconvenient? Yes. But is it going to be amazing when it's done? Yeah, it's going to be an epic room.
Yeah,
There have been a few comments that said, well, why doesn't Alessi have her own bathroom?
She does.
She does. Well,
people said that.
yeah, people said that. They're like, how could you give the twins their own like attached bathroom and Alessi not have one?
Alessi's spoiled.
Alessi
so.
has like a walk-in closet.
She has a huge closet to herself.
Yeah.
She's got a bathroom,
She's good.
shower. Did you suspect you were having twins before the first ultrasound? Absolutely not.
I know.
When did we have our first ultrasound? I was like 7 or 8 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just crossing my fingers that there was going to be a viable embryo there.
Mm-hmm.
When we went to that ultrasound, I was like so stressed out.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the screen right away.
So happy that I was able to be there, do the whole COVID thing. It was like pretty lucky that I was able to join you, and then to be recording it and to find out we're having twins like blew my mind. So
Yeah.
that was like crazy, the happiest day.
Yeah. Yeah, we had no idea. My symptoms, they hadn't really started yet.
started, no.
I was super hungry, but I think at that point I wasn't really nauseous. I was a little bit nauseous, but I was nauseous with Alessi too, so I didn't really raise any red flags.
Yeah, you were more, I recall you being a little bit more nauseous, and then it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
So
It
yeah.
definitely intensified as the weeks went on, but at that point, I didn't even think anything twice or of it.
Yeah.
Do you need more checkups with having twins compared to your first pregnancy? Yes, they bring you in a lot more when you have twins. I've been going in every other week my whole pregnancy, and then when I get to like 30 or 32 weeks, I think they start bringing me in twice a week. So like I'll do a non-stress test one day, and then I'll do measurements, ultrasound the other day, I think.
It's a lot, but
yeah,
they're just making sure everything's in the right spot. And right now they're not in the right spot. It stresses her out
That's another question you guys asked. Yeah. Here, well,
this is a funny one.
This one is pretty funny. Okay, what really happens to vaginas after giving birth? Need to know. I'll let you answer this one.
Guys, it is insane down there. Like,
not now.
No, not now. I'm just saying while you're giving birth, it's amazing what your body can do.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was going to be that type of guy that would not like
hide and
like
not look.
Yeah, just like kind of hang out by you and just like let you do
I thought
the
he
thing.
would be too, because he's a little squeamish. He doesn't like needles and stuff like that.
But he was just like actually so beautiful and amazing.
He was very involved. Like
I
with the
was-
lessee, he
I-
was like looking around what's going on down there. I think he was like holding my legs the whole time.
I was, which is something that I might miss if we do the C-section. You know, so that's the thing that like that was a really cool experience.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you're not answering the question. What happens?
What
to
happens?
vaginas?
Well, I will say
After.
I mean,
They go back.
They go back. It's amazing. They go back 100%.
I think I was
Totally
scared.
normal.
I was scared of that too before I had a baby. I was like, oh my gosh, what
If
if
you
it
put a
never the
picture on
same?
this side and a picture on this side, identical.
Cool.
Identical.
Yeah.
The more you know.
We're very open, obviously. I think Arie gets a closer look than I do, maybe. But anyways, if you haven't had a baby before and you're afraid of that, don't be
worry.
scared.
Don't worry.
It'll be fine.
Nature is incredible.
How much weight have you gained? Okay, this is one that I always like to talk about because I think people stress about it too much. My first pregnancy, I gained 50 pounds with the lessee, and I was pounding ice cream. Like,
She was such a
every
cute
single
little
day.
chubby monkey.
Chubby monkey.
He was so cute. We've been watching videos of her back when, you know, Leslie was almost here in this world, and it's like crazy to see like we were like in the store and she was like
on a motorized,
on a
little,
motorized
like,
scooter just pointing at ice cream.
I'm like, get that down for me.
And her face got really round and it was hard for you to talk. And that might happen again.
It could. You guys might get to see the chubby bunny version of me. Is that what you call me?
Chubby bunny.
Chubby bunny? Chunky monkey.
Chunky monkey.
Yeah, so. Anyways, but this time around, I'm at 40 pounds. And I still have like almost 2 months to go.
Yeah, and your diet's completely different too. So
yeah, I ate sweets the whole time last time. I also ate meat during my pregnancy the last time. For this pregnancy, I'm vegetarian. I have been for over a year now. But during my first trimester, I did eat meat a little bit just because I felt like I could never get full. And then I went back to being vegetarian after the first trimester. So I've been eating vegetarian from that point on. And I don't really crave sweets. And
you eat very often though. She probably eats every half 2 hours.
Yeah, but it's always like fruit and peanut butter or like a smoothie or you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I eat really healthy. But yeah, I've still gained 40 pounds.
She told me when she was pregnant with Alessi that she was like so stoked. This is the first time that she didn't have to watch her weight. And I think she just went ham.
I did. I was like, let's see how big I can get. Because no one's going to be able to tell if it's fat or baby. But looking back at it, it's like, no, you could tell. I really overdid it on the ice cream.
Still sexy though.
But I think with the babies, obviously there's 2 of them, they still weigh as much as a single baby. So I think that there's a lot more weight happening in my belly area this time than overall. So what is the difference with fetal, I cannot read, okay.
Here, let me read it. What is the difference with twin fetal movement compared to a single pregnancy?
So I have to say it doesn't feel that different. I'm sorry to burst people's bubble. I think that people are really excited about feeling 2 babies at one time, but I'll just say like it feels very similar to 1 baby, but there's just like constant movement happening because one of them will be moving, the other one's quiet, and then once that one wakes up, this one's sleeping, so then there's like kicking over here.
Gosh, I hope that's not how it's going to be when they're here and you know, one's sleeping, one's awake, one's sleeping.
I mean, they're gonna wake each other up.
Oh man, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so there's just like constantly something happening somewhere in here. So I guess that's the only difference. I don't really get a break when they're sleeping.
You did say when we were driving down a bumpy road when we were in Hawaii that it was kind of weird to feel because you could actually feel each of them.
Oh yeah, I can feel them now. Like my belly is so stretched out and I don't think they have a lot of space in there. So I feel like there are little lumps and like body parts all the time. Like even when I'm walking and moving around, I can feel that. It's super weird.
So weird.
I don't remember feeling
Guys
that
will never
with Alessi.
ever just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's something that you women is just like really cool that you get to experience that. Guys will just never know what that feels like. Do you take extra vitamins carrying 2 babies?
Yep. So I go to a high risk OB as well as my regular OB, and she recommended that I take extra magnesium, vitamin D, and calcium. And then I also take baby aspirin every day, and I also take my prenatal vitamins.
Yeah, she takes a lot.
So yeah, 3 times a day I'm taking vitamins, like breakfast, lunch, dinner.
C-section or natural?
So I would love to birth them vaginally and do it that way. There's nothing wrong with doing a C-section. I'm just a little scared of it myself.
A C-section?
Yeah, I'm afraid of doing a C-section, and it's just because I don't really like surgery. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like your body was designed to do it that way.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna do whatever's safest.
yeah.
Basically is what it comes down to.
Yeah. So the babies are both breech right now, and they have been my whole pregnancy. So if they don't flip around on their own, then I'll be getting a C-section, and that's okay.
Will your doctor restrict your activity soon?
So my doctor tells me to rest all the time because I'm kind of...
She can't sit still.
I'm just like all over the place all the time. I hate sitting still. I just constantly have to be doing things and staying busy. And every time I go in there, I'm like, oh, I had these really weird contractions this week. I fainted one time. She's like, slow down. She's like, Lauren, you seriously need to relax. Like, lay down and stop being a crazy person. And I'm like, okay. And then I go home and just do my thing.
For a long walk or a bike ride. Or
I just can't. I don't know.
It's funny because the days that you are moving around and doing stuff and you're active are the days where nothing really happens. And then the days that you are resting, it seems like your body is like recovering and then you feel things going on.
Maybe there's things happening every day
and you're not
I just
noticing
don't notice it because I'm doing stuff.
That's probably more it.
But if I were to guess, I'm probably gonna get put on bed rest, like later on.
All right, so how do you deal with the fears of your body permanently changing?
So I only put this one in here because I get asked stuff about this all the time, and I don't feel like it's necessary to stress about it because I felt like my first pregnancy, I said I gained a lot of weight, like more than I should have, and it took me a long time to get back. I think like I was 9 months postpartum before I was back to my pre-pregnancy weight, but I felt like I looked better then even before I got pregnant. I don't know. I'm not fearful of it at all.
Yeah, well now that you've bounced back once, I feel like you know that you can.
Yeah, and it's just so heavily rooted in your diet, I think, and just like staying active and just making sure you're taking care of yourself and being healthy. As long as you do that, like there's no reason to stress about your body, I don't think.
Okay, this one is in for both of us. Are you still into sex? Ha ha ha. First of all, I feel like she's very sexy. I feel like
he loves my belly.
Her pregnant body is just, for me, extremely sexy. I feel like there's something to that. I feel like guys...
He talks about it even when I'm not pregnant. He's like, oh, I miss my belly, kind of. So I know he really likes it.
It's just something beautiful and it's attractive to me, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of guys who are dads probably share that same feeling.
Yeah, I don't think that's abnormal. But yeah, I mean, so anyways, yes.
I think it's good for the baby too.
Yeah, oxytocin, right?
We read it.
Yeah, it brings you closer, so like it makes the baby happy. I don't know, I'm just talking. But also, I gotta say, it is like a little bit awkward with like this belly.
Nah.
It gets in the way kind of sometimes.
You're limited. You're a little limited.
Yeah, and like I can't really move around very easily, so that part's annoying, but you figure it out.
You figure it out.
Yeah. Okay guys, we told you we're having a day, and guess what? Our video got cut off early while we were still talking, so we're just gonna end it here. And I hope you guys learned something. It was really fun just getting down to sit and chat with you guys. But make sure you subscribe if you're not already, and put the thumbs up in the comments, and you'll be entered to win the iPhone. So we'll talk to you again soon.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.